Okay, I'm Geraldine Gormley. I'm a paediatric occupational therapist. Occupational therapy is a healthcare profession. I'm employed by the Southern Health and Social Care Trust. Our involvement is with people who experience dysfunction for a variety of reasons, whether it's to a physical difficulty or learning difficulty, or some youngsters that would have some difficulties because of emotional difficulties. Primarily with transition, we've had a lot of involvement with young people who have physical difficulties, and they often are around the access to the environment and the equipment that they use and how they are going to enable function at the level of their ability. So obviously we want to allow them to function to the best of their ability and achieve their potential. And so transition would have to start very early on for these youngsters, and we've been involved through primary school, and generally early in secondary school we're starting to look at where they might be going in terms of their exams and their abilities, and then down the line onward into further education. So I suppose transition would start very early, and we would be involved with social work and with education services and a number of professionals in a team arena where we begin to identify what does the young person want to do and where is he heading. And our job is just to enable that to happen and to allow it to move smoothly along through different environments and different groups of people. And I suppose that the meetings that happen initially are a little bit scary sometimes for us and for the youngsters, and you're in a new arena, you're having to speak for yourself and you're having to put forward your opinion, and sometimes you don't have an opinion at 14 and 15, and our job is to nudge along and support and help them. So by the time it comes to GCSEs, they would have a fair idea of where they're going, and we're already looking at maybe SRCs or further education, or some of the youngsters are staying on to do A-levels and maybe change schools. So the planning that happens in second level education is crucial, and it happens through person-centred planning and teamwork between health and education. They're the two services involved.
I'm Bridge O'Neill, and this is my colleague Charmaine Mahaffey, and both of us are speech and language therapists in special school in Rathore in Newry. And I suppose transition for us started approximately 10-12 years ago. We would have been primarily involved with our children in school 0 to 19 years, and then they left and went to adult services, and I suppose we maybe would have done summary reports, but nothing was very formal. Now from about 14 we're aware of the transition process. We get contacted by yourself, Ruth. We liaise with our colleagues in the adult team, the adult speech therapists, and we really try and move the child forward into adult services as seamlessly as possible, assess their communication needs, what their future communication needs are as well, and whether there's eating and drinking difficulties, which would be a large part of what we would do.
Working closely with the adult speech and language therapists, they can come into the school situation, and this means that our young person is confident in that comfortable environment, and then the adult therapist can see what they can do to make the environment suit the individual's needs. And I think that's the thing about communication. You want to make sure it's a tailored programme for each individual. And that way, working with everybody, working with the parents, working with the individual, working with our other colleagues, physio-occupational therapists, to pass on as much information as possible.